A lovely and a warm welcome to the news on Hope Channel Zambia television that changes lives. I'm Bright SINKOZI. My sign language interpreter is George KALIMUKWA. Let's take a look at stories making headlines. Mount Makulu Health Center fenced to provide security and patient confidentiality. 6 youths from Petauke received motorbikes from CDF Youth Empowerment Scheme. Southern Province to receive over 700,000 doses of foot and mouth disease vaccine to vaccinate kettles. Prince Dlamini of the Kingdom of Eswatini over the weekend abandoned visiting the trade fair in Ndola and opted to keeping the Sabbath when he worshipped at Brentwood Drive. Former Hope Channel Zambia intern Tabiso Sibanda over the weekend bid farewell to spinsterhood as she wedded her longtime lover. These stories plus more coming up shortly. To stay with us.
My wife, bumper harvest. Eh?
Daddy,
I'm telling you.
your new fertilizer. Niamini.
Eh?
Iye daddy
Tell you.
Hello. My instructions. Maya kunka bunu mwamene.
I went to ETG, and now we are enjoying the benefits of using a blended D-compound fertilizer as basil and Kinoplus as top dressing fertilizer instead of urea that we used last year. Now look here. This year, it has given me 4 tons. 4 tons. But last year, it was only 1.8 tons. Kinoplus has given all my crops the nitrogen that I paid for.
Wow.
It has saved me money. Telling you.
Understanding the difference between soil and crop-specific fertilizers, therein lies strength for Kinoplus blended fertilizers. More value in a bag. Available in the ETG depots countrywide, with a network providing agronomy services to farmers across the country. Kinoplus. Enhanced efficiency through innovation. A product of ETG.
Thank you so much for joining us, and now the news in detail. In a bid to enhance security at Mount Makulu Health Center in Chilanga, a wall fence has been erected to replace the nearly extinct and dilapidated old one that did not offer security at a total cost of 450,000 kwacha. Mount Makulu Area Ward Councillor Kayenge Monde and health center staff confirmed to Hope News that in the most recent past, the institution has recorded a number of theft and vandalism cases. Mr. Monde said in an interview with Hope News that because of the theft incidences, his office prioritized the construction of a wall fence at the health institution, among other projects that his ward is undertaking using Constituency Development Funds, CDF. Meanwhile, staff members at the health center have thanked government through the local authorities for rebuilding the wall fence, saying it will not only enhance security, but also offer confidentiality to patients, among other benefits. Mwene Muyanga gives us details in this report.
A facelift for Mount Makulu Health Center in Mount Makulu ward of Chilanga constituency. Valued at about 450,000 kwacha, this wall fence is at over 95% completion. The renovation was done in order to enhance security at the health center. And Mount Makulu Area Ward Councillor Kayenge Monde says this is one of the many projects taking shape in his ward using the Constituency Development Funds, CDF.
The wall fence has been put in place, and this will also provide security to the nurses that are working in that clinic. So it is also going to give a very good face to the ward. As you are aware that Mount Makulu is a new ward that was cut off from Chilanga, and there were no much projects that were being done when we were attached to Chilanga. But now we can see this developmental taking place in this ward. We have got also other projects that are going to take place in Malupili for the water reticulation.
Mount Makulu Health Center staff members have expressed gratitude to the authorities for this developmental project at the health center.
We have benefited from the CDF through these projects that the orphans projects that they've built. Earlier, before we had the orphans, we had recorded quite a number of thefts and vandalisms. So now the benefits are that the facility is well secured. No one would just walk in anyhow. At least the security guard is always at the gate to see who walks in, and we are able to trace. We have, of late, from the time we received this project, we haven't had any vandalisms. Patients' confidentiality. Patients are able to come in and they are not, as you can see, our facility is surrounded by the community. They are free to walk in at any time and be able to access their services at free will.
Chilanga district authorities are yet to declare the construction of the wall fence officially complete. Mwenemianga Hope News, Lusaka.
Government has handed over 16 motorbikes to both Petauke Central and Kaumbwe constituencies youths under the Youth Empowerment Loan Scheme. The 16 youths are among other youths who applied for youth empowerment loans. Speaking during the handover ceremony, Petauke District Commissioner Martha Mlenga urged the beneficiaries to remember paying back the loan on time. She said the empowerment given to them is a clear indication that the UPND government wants to make sure that the well-being of youths in the country is taken care of. Meanwhile, Petauke District Youth Chairperson Nyankunzi Sakala has applauded the UPND-led government for empowering them, adding that many youths are facing challenges that need quick attention. We have more in this.
These are some of the youths who have been empowered under Youth Empowerment Loan Scheme in Petauke District. Today, they are happy to ride brand new motorbikes.
Munga ine pano nchita business yoenda musanga nizo kuma Mozambique nizo kwanso booking aonda paki ne vatikanira paki ne vatipasako
niyamikira boma ya UPND ku youth wing kutichita empower ma Honda ndiponso ma youth yankhala okondwa tungoti chipani cha UPND chipitirire usogoleri wa bwino usogoleri wa Hakainde Hichilema usogoleri wetenzo ofuna noti usogoleri wa zipupu yayi koma usogoleri wa bwino wopanga sogolo ya mayutsi ndiponso mayutsi ayangu onse ankhala okondwa muno mpetauke boma la Petauke.
Tuyambikira kuboma potireterako maendeleo abwino okuti vintu vinkhale votipepukira.
Petauke District Commissioner Martha Mlenga handed over 16 motorbikes on behalf of the government.
The purpose of these motorbikes, you applied for loans under Youth Empowerment. In order for you to service your loan, we were agreeing that we are going to do what? Businesses, not so? Yes. With an intention to empower ourselves to pay back these loans so that the next group also should benefit. As Petauke District, I would encourage you that we must be the first district in Eastern Province to lead as an example. Amen. It was not easy for you guys to be picked. People applied, but you were picked under merit because you met all the requirements. So for you people to show government, appreciating government is by you paying back your loans on time.
Ngozi za pakangako. Natwa minuto. Matuo namba pa filling station. Twaku Mozambique kunuku lomba na mahampo ayaliko. Excitement yanaona. Yanuwamiza koma isapitilire hapa. Excitement. Wasatiti mairo. tikoimba kairale mlandu wa Honda tiyeni tisamalire malamulo ya pamseu ngati uliye kagule highway code yaliko kulakuratisa.
Most local people in Petauke district prefer to use motorbikes rather than a taxi. Sambo David, Petauke.
Musanzala Member of Parliament Elias Daka has called on village headmen in Chigolo Ward area in Lusangazi district of Eastern Province to stop the dependence syndrome if they are to develop in their respective areas. Speaking when addressing about 30 headmen at Ray Primary School in Chingolo Ward, Mr. Daka said tangible development in various communities can only be attained if dependence syndrome is removed from people's mindset. He says dependence syndrome should not be encouraged, but that people should work together towards a common goal. The lawmaker said he was aware of the difficulties and challenges people of Chingolo Ward go through, such as bad road network, to ferry their farm produce to Central Business Center, and assured them that soon Lusangazi Town Council will do everything possible to find a contractor to work on the deplorable Chingolo Road in Chief Nyambande's area. Mr. Daka said the Lusangazi Council, through CDF committee, has approved to buy a grader to work on all deplorable roads in the constituency, and that a total of 3,000 desks have been purchased to be distributed in the entire constituency. However, Mr. Daka was quick to mention that some projects have been completed and commissioned in Chingolo Ward, among them Chingolo, Malengo, and Maso Peña community schools. Mr. Daka said about 265 youths in Musanzala constituency have been enrolled under driving scheme bursaries in a second phase at Motorlink Driving School, and urged parents to take advantage of the CDF program. And headman Ezekiel Tembo of Mpamba village, who represented other headmen present, expressed disappointment over failure by government to give them FRA market in Chiwa area. You're watching the news on Hope Channel Zambia, television that changes lives. Let's take our first break. More stories on the other side. Do stay with us.
Change your water and change your life. Kanjin Water Zambia Limited brings to you microclasses highly alkaline water with the benefits of immunosystem booster, disease combating, and many more. For more information, dial the number 0976 096670. We are located in all around the country, Zambia. Change your water and change your life. Change your water and change your Kanjin water. Kanjin Water, change your water, change your life.
Thank you so much for still staying with us. And now in agriculture news, government will soon dispatch about 775,000 doses of foot and mouth disease vaccine in Southern Province for the first round vaccination in Keto. Southern Province Permanent Secretary Dr. Naman Mons made the assurance to farmers when he officially opened the Southern Tourism, Agricultural and Commercial Show at Maramba Stadium in the tourist capital, Livingstone. Dr. Monze was speaking in a speech read on his behalf by Southern Province Assistant Secretary Edson Nachimwenda. He named the first district to receive the FMD vaccine this month as Livingstone, Kazungula, Zimba, Galomo, Joma, and Namwala. Here's a report.
The Southern Tourism, Agriculture and Commercial Show has opened its gates in Livingstone with more than 102 exhibitors, with an assurance to farmers that government will dispatch 775,000 doses of foot and mouth disease vaccine in the province. Southern Province Permanent Secretary Dr. Namani Monze made the assurance to farmers when he officially opened the Southern Tourism, Agricultural and Commercial Show at Maramba Stadium in Livingstone. Dr. Monze was speaking in a speech read on his behalf by Southern Province Assistant Secretary Edson Nachimwenda.
Another 775,000 doses of bivalent foot and mouth disease vaccine is being expected early this month, which is July, for the first round of FMD vaccinations for the rest of the districts except Chirundu and Siavonga.
And Southern Tourism, Agriculture and Commercial Show Society President James Mwanza thanked the New Dawn administration for the Constituency Development Fund projects that have transformed primary cooperatives and individual projects.
We would like to thank the New Dawn government for its CDF programs, which has helped to transform these economies, starting with primary cooperatives, individual businesses.
Meanwhile, Southern Province Agriculture Coordinator Dr. Max Chombe thanked all the agricultural societies in the 15 districts in Southern Province for taking part in the 2023 provincial show.
The show societies from all the districts, that is 15 districts of our province, for the job well done in your exhibits.
Reporting, Lawrence Kabuchu in Livingstone, Southern Province.
The United Nations Development Programme, UNDP, has supported the formation of savings for change groups to 22,836 beneficiaries members across the 16 districts in the country, resulting in a cumulative savings value of 37.8 million kwacha in savings. Southern Province Agricultural Coordinator Dr. Max Jombe says the savings groups have also been supported by the strengthening climate resilience of agricultural livelihoods in agro-ecological regions 1 and 2 in Zambia's Krala project funded by the Green Climate Fund. Dr. Jombe noted that the rural communities, mostly farmers, are supported by Krala project to generate their own income at local level in a bid to sustain other alternative livelihood activities. And Chirundu Acting Senior Agricultural Officer John Kasunga said his district has 71 savings groups with 1,333 beneficiary members. Meanwhile, Ruth Hamwani says from the money she got from the savings group, she bought goats that have since multiplied. Nice once again reports.
The United Nations Development Programme, UNDP, has supported the formation of savings for change groups to 22,836 beneficiary members across the 16 districts in the country, resulting in a cumulative savings value of 37.8 million kwacha in savings. Southern Province Agriculture Coordinator Dr. Max Chombe says the savings groups have also been supported by the strengthening climate resilience of agricultural livelihoods in agroecologic regions 1 and 2 in Zambia, Skrara project funded by the Green Climate Fund. Dr. Chombe noted that the rural communities, mostly farmers, are supported by Skrara project to generate their own income at local level in a bid to sustain other alternative livelihood activities.
In the Skrala areas, about 16 districts, we have 22,836 groups that are working with us and the Ministry of Community Development under the savings group. And that translates to more than 37.8 million kwacha that these groups are saving. And
Chirundu Acting Senior Agricultural Officer John Kasunka said his district has 71 savings groups with 1,333 beneficiary members.
The farmers that are benefiting from savings group is 1,333, of which 1,066 they are females and 267 are males.
Meanwhile, Ruth Hamami says from the money she got from the savings group, she bought goats that have since multiplied.
We bought goats which have multiplied.
Reporting, Lawrence Kabutu in Chirundu, Southern Province.
Still in agriculture news, Paramount Chief Mpenzeni says the early supply of farming inputs for the coming 2023-2024 farming season by government reminds the people of Eastern Province of good agricultural policies under the first Republican president, late Dr. Kenneth Kaunda's regime. He said that the people of Eastern Province are happy to see the early distribution of farming inputs meant for the upcoming farming season, as it gives farmers adequate and timely preparations. Chief Mpenzeni has further noted that the revamping of the production of fertilizer at the Nitrogen Chemicals of Zambia, NCZ, in Kafiwe is a big achievement by the government, as it will not only facilitate quick supply of fertilizer, but also impact on the cost of the commodity. He has predicted an improved and high-performing agriculture sector under the current government, provided it continues to implement favorable agricultural policies. The traditional leader says agriculture remains essential in boosting the economy of Zambia, particularly that it provides means of livelihood among the rural communities. The traditional leader was speaking earlier today at the Mwami border in Chipata district of Eastern Province. Let's take our final set of commercials. We'll be back with religious news. To stay with us.
There is nothing quite like the thrill of catching your own fish. And at Papino Investments, we bring that experience to you. Papino Investments, the home of live fish, has everything you need to make your meals unforgettable.
It has a different taste. And that is why I enjoy coming to this place.
From live fish that you can catch for yourself to smoked fish, just chickens and beef, we have a wide range of products that will satisfy your shopping needs. And if you're looking for something else, we have a wide range of groceries to choose from, including Hope Channel decorders. At Papino Investments, payment is easy. You can pay with cash or use our mobile money services. Visit us today at Robert's Fish and Veggies Building, Chilenje Market, Lusaka, or call us at 0955 108708 or 0976 543822 or 0965 691909. Papino Investments, the home of live fish.
Change your water and change your life. Kanjin Water Zambia Limited brings to you microclass highly alkaline water with the benefits of immunosystem booster, disease combating, and many more. For more information, dial the number 0976 096670. We are located in all around the country, Zambia. Change your water and change your life. Change your water and change your Kanjin water. Kanjin Water. Change your water, change your life.
Thank you so much for still staying with us. And now for the rest of the news, we turn our focus to religious matters. Let's start with this Prince Bandlile Dlamini of the Kingdom of Eswatini. Last Sabbath abandoned his father's national visit to Zambia, all the programs, when he chose to keep the Sabbath as he attended worship at Woodlands Conference's Brentwood Drive SDA Church in Lusaka. Visiting the church on a prayer and fasting day, Prince Dlamini, who is son to Eswatini monarch King Motsoati, cared little about skipping his lunch when he stayed at the church premises for recess before the afternoon study would continue. Having stayed all the way till the close of the Sabbath, The prince was given an opportunity to say a word by the church leadership. The 33-year-old prince immediately shared how he found his way to Adventism after a breakup he experienced when he was 25 years old. Prince Dlamini also appreciated the oneness of the Advent message regardless of where one would be.
Went through a very bad break, which really transformed my life. It was very bad. It was the pits. I'm sure some men here who know the feeling of heartbreak, how bad it is. However, at that period, the day we separated, I was so stressed, very much stressed and disturbed. And we passed 3 days and I did not eat nothing. I had never thought or even imagined in my life that I would pass 3 days and not eat anything at all. But in that 3 days, the Lord worked wonders. Because after that, myself, there's a lot of things I repented from. And one of the things, which is the biggest thing that is troubling youth all over the world, is alcohol. I quit alcohol 8 years ago because of the Lord. And during the dark period of my stresses and everything, I knew there's only one way to turn to. Because in every situation, we have a choice to decide either to continue falling or to pick yourself up. So I made a choice to pick myself up. But you cannot pick yourself up just on your own. You need the mighty rock. So through that, I did a lot of prayers, fasting, and I started also a healthy lifestyle, eating well. And the things that I stopped was alcohol, was pork, was seafoods. And all of that today, till today, I do not consume. I thank the Adventist Church for being an amazing church. And what I appreciate most is the Voices one, because with everything today, I've been listening, the messages, it's the same that we're preaching in Eswatini, in our local church there.
Former Hope Channel Zambia intern Tabiso Siwanda yesterday bade farewell to spinsterhood when she wedded her longtime lover, Wallace Sigabuli. Midlands West Zambia Conference Youth Director Pastor John Majuru, having been fully satisfied with the counseling sessions that lasted at least 3 months, blessed their marriage during a marriage blessing at Villa Emel events before transitioning to an afternoon of the wedding celebration. The afternoon, which was punctuated by lots of merry and jubilation, showcased the merging of two traditions and cultures of the Tongas and Ndebele-speaking people of Southern Province in Zambia and neighboring Zimbabwe, respectively. And parents to the newlyweds called on their guests to embrace traditional weddings as they show that culture and tradition are the root of people's identity. They said by teaching children their traditions and cultures, they will easily pass them on to the next generation. Esnat Sikazwe has more in this report.
It is exactly 13 hours as the officiating pastor, Johnny Majulu, introduces the new couple in town. Sunday, 2nd July 2023, was a big day for Wallace and Tabiso Sikawoli. This day brought joy to both families as it was vividly seen when parents, the groom and bride broke down as they were fulfilling their covenant on marriage certificates. In what could not be imagined in this modern era, a traditional wedding was held. This ceremony saw different traditional dances from the Tongas and Ndebeles. According to the families, the traditional weddings depicts the richness of how powerful their cultures are and appreciates the goodness and teachings of intermarriages. Over 200 people witnessed what transpired at a traditional wedding. Father to the bride, Dumezwani Sivanda, explains the meaning of this ceremony.
A traditional cake, which is called amaqebelengwane in Ndebele. That simply signifies that we value our tradition. There was also amaheo, jibwantu, jinamenze, jisegele. These two types of food, they give energy, they last long. That before a man goes to hunt, he has to have a heavy breakfast so that if possible even carry some. So a woman should prepare and pack for the husband so that they have energy, they can fend for the family.
Both mothers to the couple thanked God for making this day come to reality.
Nakondwela maningi andi chikalipo chitikapo na mvera bwino maningi na mtima wanga wonse no kondwela ndabava meta bwero chitalero sivima chitika kabiri chimabwera but kumankala ma wedding manje banzatu bankala nayo nafe tankala nayo lero tiamika mulungu amene ati kumanisa kuti ma families yabiri yachitengati yankala chibululu.
To me that is a very big sign to her, a big lesson to her that even when she's starting her home, she should remember that she comes from a community and she should be able to give back as much as she can to the community, not only in material resources, but even in the moral support of those that are following her in the growth, in even in admiration, admiring what she has done. She should be able to know that she's a teacher, not only to her immediate family, but to the larger community.
In James Gwabila is the guest of honor.
Marriages are not supposed to be shipikisha club. Never. God saw it fit that we should join hands and be lovers. We cling to each other. And that's the word. To cling. That word is so special, guys. When you're clinging, you're holding on, right? You're holding on. And if you're holding on, it leads us to the third C. And the third C is committed.
The couple was gifted with 5 cattle, 3 goats, 1 sheep, and 40,000 kwacha cash, among others. Esnat Sikazwa, Hope News, Lusaka.
Well, interesting revelations of traditions. They are away from the usual Chilanga Mulilo and kitchen parties, but sampling some traditions that are happening outside this country, and those are what we've witnessed from our neighboring Zimbabwe. Let's wind up the bulletin with another recap of the headlines. Mount Makulu Health Center fenced to provide security and patient confidentiality. 16 youths from Petauke receive motorbikes from CDF Youth Empowerment Scheme. Southern Province to receive over 700,000 doses of foot and mouth disease vaccine for cattle vaccination. Prince Dlamini of the Kingdom of Eswatini abandons trade fair to keep the Sabbath day. And former Hope Channel Zambia intern Tabiso Sibanda bade farewell to spinsterhood over the weekend. To her and her husband, we can only say congratulations. Thank you so much for your time. I'm Bright SINKOZI on behalf of the entire studio and production team, not forgetting our correspondents across the country. George KALIMUKWA has been helping us with sign language. God bless and bye for now.